Meanwhile, 8th and 9th, Williams and Force India, they're battling it out. But there's a Force India in 6th, the biggest gap, but Williams nowhere to be seen. You send sugars on my spine. Without a teammate, he's now with. You send sugars on my spine. You send sugars on my spine. You send sugars on my spine. That is very, very disappointing from Francis. You would not be expecting that, especially from a race winner. Of course, he won out in Spain. And Francis McGinn, disappointing. At 22.3, well, in 2 seconds off the pace. Of course, he does use no assists, including no racing line. But that's not like Francis McGinn to be doing that. and that is very, very disappointing. Of course, he didn't make a mistake that we saw coming out of Ascari, but that has really, really shocked me. Anyway, so pole position, it's Sebastian Gonçalves. P2, Luke Smith. P3, Lewis Marshall. P4, Reese Bibby. P5, SHAREfactory. That's the top 5 of the grid. Of course, P6, the Australian in the Sauber. That is Gabriel Ryan. P7, championship contender Brandon Glover, disappointing from him. René van der Stappen, new person, a new guy in the league. In P8, Cameron Weston. P9, Tyler Bickerstaff. P10, Roger Correa 11th, Francis McGinn 12th, Louis Quinlan 13th, Jack Lee 14th, TJ McLean 15th, Tyler Thomas 16th, Callum Anderson in the McLaren in 17th, and the Welshman in the Force India in 18th. And I believe Dante Thompson left the session, so his car will not be on the grid for the start of the race. TJ McLean's might not be either, so he hasn't got back into the session in time. Oh, heavy rain! That spiced up the action. Heavy rain then. Heavy rain. First one up, Luke Smith. Of course, no timer like in other leagues, so we can just go straight in. People can sort out the fuel, sort out the strategy, and it's go, go, go. But I was not expecting heavy rain. No formation, that lights are coming on. Lights out, and away we go. It's a good start there from Gonçalves in the lead. There was the McLaren there who got a decent start. Look at the Force India. I think that's Bickerstaff. There's been a huge crash behind. That's involved Tyler Thomas. Oh my word, Gabriel Ryan and Roger Correa. Roger has got to stop go for his actions. Tyler Bickerstaff's round. René van der Stapp's round as well. Bickerstaff's left the session. That's slipstream glitch. René van der Stapp's just completely cut turn 1. Didn't get a penalty for it. Damage, about Roger Correa, damage. No, actually, yeah, there was slight damage there for Gabriel Ryan. Tyler Thomas, he does not have damage. And who's that end of the barrier? This looks like Callum Anderson, it is. He gets a 3-second penalty, even though he went kind of the long way round. Oh no, TJ McLean did get back in the lobby. He's up into 9th, and a brilliant start from Francis McGinn. That's Cameron Weston who's off the track, and McLean and McGinn avoid him just in time as check positions gained. Gap to leader position gained. TJ McLean up 7 positions. Fantastic start from him. Of course, he started 15th, and that's McGinn off that no racing line, not helping him, of course, with the no assist as well. He tries to get out of the way. Louis Quinlan's just gave him a bit of a touch, and he has saved it. Jack Lee now needs to avoid the Red Bull, and he settles in the 12th, which was the position that he started in. But now that puts TJ McLean up at a P7, and Luke Smith leads away. He has overtaken Sebastian Gonçalves, who's underfueled his car by 2 laps. That's Lewis Marshall. Oh, what's a late defensive move there from Gonçalves. That's just about legal. Quite aggressive then from the Dutchman. SHAREfactory. He's there or thereabouts, and that's Reese Bibby pushing McLean off the track. That looked more or less Bibby's fault there. Callum Anderson's left the session, and he has retired as well. McLean is struggling. Weston's on the back of him. He's had a correct oversteer. That's going to allow Quinlan to get through as well. And he's down into 9th. Is he going to go for a move? That was a bit silly if he did. And that's why Quinlan's off. He hits the Force India. The Force India escapes damage. He saved it from going into the barrier, but he's lost some front wing for his consequences. Gabriel Ryan, he's going to be closing in now, but of course he has a bit of damage himself. Rene van der Stapp fixed his wing along with Jorge Correa and Tyler Bickerstaff, who left the session. Reese Bibby is now retired from the session. It's out on the exit of Ascari. That's where he crashed in qualifying. He's crashed in the race as well. 2 people out the race. On that 2, Sauber Sigty has just been overtaken by Brandon Glover. Oh, and he's off into the barrier and he's out of the race as well. Just before the pit lane, we just caught the end of it. Oh, and Sauber Sigty's now out. And that's Lewis Marshall, sorry, not Louis. As Louis Quinlan, he goes into the pits to repair that wing. Oh, and Gonçalves has made a real error by putting in minus fuel. Lewis Marshall can't get past yet. Brandon Glover's dropped off a bit. Speaking of people who's dropped off, TJ McLean is one of them. There's a force injury there off, and I think Gabriel Ryan's going to get him sweeping around his outside there. Good stuff. Tyler Thomas is now looking to get himself back in after that start line crash. But Luke Smith flying away at the moment. Of course, it's nearly 3 AM in Australia at the moment. Oh my, and Gonçalves has gone very wide. You saw in Australia in the wet that he wasn't good and he didn't look comfortable. That's Lewis Marshall up the inside into parabolic. Looks like he can't get it done at the moment. He's losing the back end. Oh, he saves at the back end. Into Rich again. Louis Quinlan's out. Check where he's crashed. Oh my. He's lost it into the gravel trap at Lesmo 1. I think before I said Degner 1, so sorry if I did say that. Oh, the wing difference between McLean and Weston. Weston's later on the brakes. He also has a bit of damage. I was a bit silly there from Weston, I think. Broke a tad later than McLean. But McLean in P5 up 10 positions from the start. Lewis Marshall, he wants to get past, though he's gone a bit too late on the brakes. It's going to compromise his exit. Brandon Glover, he's just staying quiet at the moment. Going to try and take advantage. He is gaining, of course, on these two. But Luke Smith already has the pit stop to P11. Just 4 laps. And Gabriel Ryan, he's lost out. Is he trying to go around the outside? He actually gets quite a bit of room. I wasn't expecting that from the Force India. But fair play to him, giving him a lot of room. Francis McGinn, of course, he has been struggling. See if he can spot his braking marker this time. Yes, he can. And I believe he's catching McLean and Weston. Yeah, I think he is by quite a lot. Not even locking up as well. So it's very, very good driving there. Lewis Marshall, he's going to have a run. Luke Smith, fastest lap again. Look at the straight line speed difference. He's not later on the brakes though. Weston's struggling to get past McLean's actually pulled away a lot in the exit of that of turn 2. Pulled over a second now. Now this just depends when or if it is going to get dry. There's Tyler Bickerstaff's car. 4 retirements and a rage quit. So Gonçalves is not saving a lot of fuel. He's only saved half a lap in the last 5 laps, which is not good. It means he has to go lean on the straights. I mean, it is, you do have to sometimes underfuel in the wet, but when Monza is so straight reliant, a bit silly to underfuel as much as what he has done at this current moment in time. Lewis Marshall, he's gaining. Can he gain enough? No, he can't. Yeah, McLean's done well to pull away from Cameron Weston, though he does have damage. Francis McGinn is finding his feet. Another fastest lap there from Luke Smith. Looks like, oh, slight lock up there coming into Parabolica. 5th gear. He's not at all happy with the traction. Look at the upshifts. He is saving it. Is Francis McGinn. As we say, Jack Lee is under pressure. He's in lane. So I think he's going to get swamped on the straight by the Force India. I think he just lets him through, to be honest. He doesn't fight it. He knows that he's the slower drive at the moment. 2 people have gained 10 positions since the start. That's very, very well done. Oh, but Jack Lee, he's gone braver on the brakes. Oh, he's Gabriel Ryan now, who of course does have damage. And who's that? That was Lewis Marshall. He's got damage. So that was maybe with an incident with Gonçalves. Some people have criticised Gonçalves' driving in the past. And I think there may be an investigation into what happened. Of course, I haven't seen it, so I can't put the blame on anybody. Oh, and Francis and Cameron Weston are going at it. Is Cameron really going to hung around the outside? No, he's not. And Francis is up in at P6. Oh, McLean, he's not clipping those apexes. Running a bit too wide. Oh. They're cutting it close, some of these drivers. Tell you what, I was speaking to McLean sometime in the past, and he said he would be happy with a top 10 in the championship. I'm going to quickly bring up the championship standings. Hopefully I don't miss anything. And who's that going into the pits? Of course, that is Lewis Marshall fixing that front wing. He's going to rejoin, I think, around P11. Yeah, it'll be P11 that he'll rejoin in. So anyway, so TJ McLean, as it stands, will get 12 points to put him on to 47, which will put him 12th in the standings. So he'll need another good result. Top 10, he needs 23 more points. And that is over Louis Quinlan, Sondre Sarg, Jorge Correa and Saba Siktu. Siktu, of course, is out. Correa is out the points. Sondre isn't here, and Quinlan's also out. So this is the best time for him to make up as many points as possible on the guys ahead. Oh, Marshall, he might have just left the session. I might have missed that. Or he might just be in EI. Sorry if I did miss that. Brandon Glover, he's now closing on to the back of Gonçalves. Put it in broadcast cam. Constructors at the moment, I actually want to take a look at. Sauber 4 points at the moment, so that'll put them on 269.5. Renault will be getting 8 points, which will put them on 247. Which is the main 2 fights, although there is a battle between 3rd, 4th and 5th in the constructors. So for that bronze medal, if you'd like to say, between Mercedes, who are on 177, with the points they have will put them on 192. Ferrari 168.5, which will put them on 193.5 if Luke Smith wins the race. And Haas, who are not in the points, which is a shame, so that might drop them out. They might put them closer to Toro Rosso, in which it will, if it stands, they will be now 4 points behind. So Toro Rosso can jump up into 5th in the constructors if it stays how it is. Red Bull have been there or thereabouts with the 10 points from McGinn. Will put them closer to Toro Rosso. But that's about it. Williams will look to stay ahead of Force India for P8, in which McLean is showing that at the moment. And McLaren at the back, of course, Callum Anderson. He retired, the first retirement, and Rene van der Stapp is in 11th. So back into the action. We now see Glover on the back of Gonçalves. Gonçalves moves, sticks to the outside line. The number 69 there on Brandon Glover. I think I've mentioned that a few times. But Gonçalves now has really been saving fuel. He's cut that down from 1.5 to 0.7. It's been a fantastic start of the race so far. Very, very shock-worthy. Just having a quick look at TJ McLean. I think he's made a bit of a mistake because McGinn's closed in quite a bit. Getting a bit on the grass on the entries into some corners. McGinn and Weston are right there with each other. Of course, McLean up 11 positions since the start of the race, which is fantastic to see. An amazing comeback is always what you want to see, but this battle between Glover and Gonçalves. Oh, and Glover's gone straight up the inside. Has he gone deep? We're going to switch to onboard. No, I think he's done very, very well. Might want to put it up into Rich, though. He has. Gonçalves is also in Rich, who has the lower wings. I think it's Gonçalves. I think it is Gonçalves. Yes, it is. Oh my word, only just who's going to be there on the brakes? It is Gonçalves. Is Glover going to look for a switchback? Yes, he is. Who can get the better exit? Ah, Gonçalves gets the better exit. Oh, it's a late move there. I think he just outbroke himself. I think Glover did, and didn't want to get damaged. He didn't get damaged, and that's the first penalty of the day for Gabriel Ryan. 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Down in 8th place, lost 2 positions from his starting place, but I think he got tangled up in that incident. Yes, he did. Jack Lee, he's a little bit off the pace at the moment. Only in 9th place at the moment. It's sad, it's quite sad at the moment, but Glover and Gonçalves. Oh, Gonçalves has gone extremely wide. It's going to compromise his exit. That's one move. Gonçalves cannot move again. If he does, that could potentially be penalised. It's so close between them. Glover, I was told before that he's a monster in the rain. Oh, and he's just lost concentration there. Gonçalves is sliding everywhere. He's putting it down into lane. This is a fantastic battle. There's not really any other battles on track at the moment, which is quite good so that we can focus on this battle. Just imagine if Lewis Marshall was still in here. It'd be a 3-way fight. Of course, if he didn't get past Gonçalves at the time. Oh, Lewis Marshall just said that he had to go out, so that's why he left the session, not because of an incident with Gonçalves, although I still think that there potentially would have been. But we'll have to talk to him later and see if anything did happen. Maybe he just ran in a bit too hot on the brakes, like we've seen Glover do a few times already, actually. At least that clears a bit up. And Tyler Thomas is out there. Oh, he's crashed in the pits. He went for an undercut and he's crashed into the pits. He's left the session, a lapse in concentration. And now that puts a McLaren into the points, which we haven't seen much of this season. Battle for P2. Yeah, Gonçalves again. Squirmy on the exit. Is he going to go for a dive, or is he going to settle the fact that he can't get P2? I think he's just settling in now. A podium's still there. Speaking of a battle. Look at TJ McLean, absolutely hog on the inside. France broke in a bit later than what he wanted to. And they've absolutely streaked away from Western Edwards there. Anyway, this may be the battle. Of course, a slight mistake has cost him 0.8 of a second. But I think that he may catch up. Sorry about that. Anyway, Francis is closing in on TJ again. I think TJ's been in standard this entire race. Oh, he's gone a bit wide. We've got another grass there as well. Now that gap's going to close in until the end of the straight. That's going to go down to 7/10. Maybe just before braking. No, it's not. Yes, it is. But Fran has been very, very sketchy. Oh, Gonçalves pits. No one looking for an undercut at the moment. Apart from Gonçalves, of course. Weston stays out. What about this force injury? He does have damage, doesn't pit. Some people are driving extremely cautiously and I don't blame them. Gonçalves is going to rejoin in either P7 or P8. I think it could be P8, yeah, it definitely is. Oh, and Jack Lee sped into the pits. I hope he fixes that front wing damage. René van der Staap. And that could put him into P9 overall. Actually, no, he may have to pit again. But even so, I could still put him into P9 overall. Matthew Wilder, he's just came online. So, of course, he couldn't make today's race. And neither could Felix Negua, as we pointed out in qualifying. It's the second penalty of the day. Look, these guys have both moved 12 positions. Brandon Glover in for an undercut. Wonder if it is going to get dry or not. McLean stays out. McGinn, oh, he looked like he was going to go in the pits there. He's baited me in there. Weston's in though. Brandon Glover's going to come out P5. Oh, that's definitely a speed into the pits. Yes, it is. I could see that coming from a mile away. René van der Staap, wonder if he's going to be coming into the pits or not. Of course, he did pit the end of that one, so his tyres will be not much fresher. Is he going to pit? Nope, carries on. That's front wing change, and he's going to get Cameron Weston there. Up into P7 he goes. Does the McLaren. Gabriel Ryan out in P9. Jack Lee did not fix his wing, so he doesn't feel like there's much wrong with it. And now Francis on the back of TJ, pretty much. These guys need to make sure they don't get penalties. Only 2 people have gotten penalties so far, and we're 14 laps in, a 20-second lead from Luke Smith, who I think will come out in the lead after this pit stop. McLean getting a bit squirmy. McLean boxes. Oh no, he had Francis going there. Francis was about to pit. McLean and McGinn. Look, it's about 24 seconds in the pits. That's what I've taken from this. Let's just see the gap, because it was 23 seconds. So let's check the gap. 23 seconds. We'll put Francis and TJ comfortably in P6 and P7. So, and with this force engine not pitting, P5 and P6. So, oh, McLean! Oh, I thought he lost it. Pressed the wrong button there. And now McGinn and McLean side by side. Who's going to get it done? Is McLean going to try and hold it? He's gone off the track just a little bit. And now Francis takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. And Luke Smith. This looks to be it looks like it's going to be a dominating one. Oh, as Francis he's made a mistake. Can McLean get a better exit? McLean's pushing his car everywhere. He doesn't even put him into rich. McGinn has the difference in exit. Now he puts up into rich. He's going to go for a move up the inside. There's a gap left. He wants to go for a Brendan Lee move. Up the inside he goes. Who's going to pit? I wonder if any of them are going to pit. Who knows how long they're going to stay out for? McLean, he pits. McGinn stays out. Crucial, crucial, crucial. McLean into the pits. What about this force injury? Carries on. Is there going to be an intermediate stint? I think there might be an intermediate stint, you know. Fastest lap from Goncalves, who's on the back of Glover. So he's finally found his feet. I don't think he's going to go for a move that far back. No, he isn't. McLean rejoins P6. And McGinn lets Luke Smith through. Luke Smith, oh, he's bunny hopped the chicane there. I hope that was a warning. As Bickerstaff goes 2 laps down. Oh, one Glover. Oh, I think he's going to push Goncalves off the track. Who knows? Oh, very close. Oh, and Fran has just picked up a penalty. McLean. So we did say it was 23 seconds. The gap was at 23.3 between the pair. This is going to be absolutely huge. Francis is coming through Parabolica now. The gap's 23. It's going to be so close. Does Fran pit? Yes, he does. He needs to make sure he doesn't speed. He won't speed into the pits. Faster than 31.9 from Luke Smith. Fantastic. Goncalves up the inside of the Parabolica. He's correcting his steer, which is why he's sort of pushing Glover off the track. It's so close between the two. They're still going side by side. Goncalves and Glover. Look at this coming down into turn 1. Side contact between the two. Who's gonna get it? Oh, I can't tell. Glover's got the inside again. Who's got the better exit? Looks like Goncalves has. He has the inside lines. He's got the short bit of the track. McLean comes out ahead of McGinn. Oh, so close. Too many battles. And there's only 2 of them. But no, Cameron Weston's down about René van der Stapp. But now Goncalves puts himself back ahead of Brandon Glover, with one guy still left to pit. And actually, if he doesn't pit soon, he may get jumped by Weston and René van der Stapp. They're in a close lock of horns at the moment. Tell you something, that Force Indian needs to pit soon. If he stays out an extra lap, that could be the difference between him getting jumped if a front wing change will. Look at that difference in Glover and Goncalves are back out again. I want to see if this Force Indian pits. Yes, he does. Let's see if he hits his marker right. Yes, he does. Fantastic stuff there. Perfect timing. Now Glover and Goncalves back at it again. The similar speeds, of course, no slipstream. Slipstream glitch enabled. Oh, can we go around the outside? No, we can't. I think he's going to settle him. No, he's not going to settle him for a switchback. Weston is too far behind, I think. Yeah, he is. One lap though, one lap could have been different, especially a slight mistake on that lap as well. Of course, still have a 3-second time penalty. He's also made up 12 positions from the start of this Grand Prix, along with McLean, who's made up 11, so 2 potential shots for driver of the day, and that's Glover in the wall. Glover's got, we just caught the end of that again. I think that was a squeeze from the pair of them. Goncalves has got no front wing. McLean's up into 3rd. Glover's got a bit of damage, that might actually be orange wing. Goncalves has got no front wing whatsoever. That is a shame. And now that's going to put McLean into P2. Francis up into P3. Look at that fastest lap from Luke Smith, and the run from McLean. You may get him into Parabolica. He's grabbing the slipstream even though there's none there. Is Goncalves going to put up a fight? I think he is. No, clean round the outside. Yeah, clean round the outside. And begin. Oh, TJ, what a save from McLean. What a save from McLean. But now it's going to compromise him as McGinn has now got through. Glover pits to repair that wing as well. Oh, it's just spiced the action up even more. I think it's going to be a full wet race. I don't see it going to intermediates. Front wing change for the pair of them. That's going to drop them down into 8th and 9th. Jorge Craze, he's closing in on Jack Lee. Goncalves rejoins P8. Penalty for Gabriel Ryan. I think that's his second one. Anyway, McLean's got back ahead of McGinn. I completely missed that, I do apologise. McLean up 13 positions, and this Force Injury up 14 positions, and he has damage as well. It's going to be 2 driver of the days. I don't know who, I don't know which one I'm going to have to give it to. I have not a clue. I just hope that they don't get penalties. I want to check how many warnings they have. I know that the top 3 don't have penalties. Luke Smith, 2 warnings, but he's got a 20-second gap. McLean, 2 warnings. McGinn, McGinn does have a penalty, I do apologise for that. And this Force Injuries have a penalty. Cameron Weston, he's the one who never gets penalties there. 3 warnings, one of them was a collision. So that's 2 corner cutting warnings for Van der Stapp, who's now just got ahead of Cameron Weston. Stop going 2 penalties, that's going to be very costly there for Gabriel Ryan, and we head back on board with this battle for P2 between McLean and McGinn. I still can't get over McLean's save there, he nearly stacked it into the barriers. But anyway, it's going to be 7.5 laps to go in the Italian Grand Prix. Luke Smith, this man here in the Ferrari, he's led every lap, I'm pretty sure. Actually no, he hasn't, he's led about 17 of the 20 laps. So near enough a Grand Slam. Didn't get pole position though, which was a shame. But he's shown that he has the race pace to win, and with a gap of 27.6 seconds as he just starts lap 21, it's not another fastest lap. I think he's just settling down now, getting into that rhythm, doesn't want to crash. I'm going to go back on board with McLean and the McGinn battle. Van der Stapp actually, and Weston, they're still close together. But these 2, they don't really go for moves. Goncalves, that's a disconnect for Goncalves. That's a shame for him. That Glover will go up into P8 now. Jack Layton go up into P9, and actually Cameron Weston is going side by side with Van der Stapp, and back into P5 goes the British man, sorry. Van der Stapp still in P6. It's a solid job that he's done on his debut. And now McGinn and McLean going at it again. McLean has the inside, but Fran, he's got him there, and now McLean needs to save some fuel. Oh, McGinn's gone defensive there. I wasn't really expecting a move from McLean. There's a tad bit of lag going on. McLean's actually one barring at the moment. Hopefully that won't cause any lag crash or anything. I don't think it will. He doesn't usually lag. So I think it's just going to be a brief moment in time. You tell he's right on the limit on fuel here, 0.05. As soon as it resets itself, it might go into the minus. There, 0.01 he's on. It'll tick into the minus now along the straight because he's revving his engine out. Briefly just gone into the minus fuel. But look at second, third and fourth, up 10, 12 and 14 positions respectively. That there is a masterclass of a comeback. Of course McGinn's in rich and there's no slipstream, so McLean may just have to settle for third now. He didn't save fuel earlier, but you can go a lot later on the brakes, of course, because he runs with ABS on. Chavez has now dropped into 9th place. Looks like he can't reconnect back. That is a shame. He's sticking with him. He's now in minus fuel, or he will have to be careful. McGinn with a penalty though, but McLean on 2-1, and so he can't get too confident at the moment. And actually McGinn, has gone extremely wide, and McLean takes back P2. I don't think, oh god, I was not expecting that. Round the outside goes McGinn. He does love his round the outside moves, contact between the two, and that's it. And clean round the outside goes McGinn. Fantastic stuff to get back up into P2. No slipstream, of course. Going to be who puts it into Rich, and that is Fran. I think that was 3 moves there, but that's a late move there from McLean to go up the inside, but can't quite get it done. 30 seconds, an absolute masterclass at the moment. Luke Smith picks up a penalty. Of course, I did say he had 2 warnings. He picked up a penalty, but that's all fine at the moment. As he does have a 30-second gap. I think he just try to give that time back, to be honest. The fact that he's lost 4/10, unless he just made a tad mistake. Happens to everybody. So, well, Francis has got into a little groove. Because after qualifying, oh god, McLean's gone off where. Lucky to not get a penalty there. But now we'll just be checking, put it down to interval now. Whether this gap increases to 3 seconds or not. So looks like Francis is edging the gap out. Of course, finding his feet again. And that was 2 penalties there. I missed one of them. One of them was Jorge Correa. I'm going to check to see if that was McLean. It wasn't, so it's still going fine at the moment. I didn't see who that was. The other one, it might have been... Oh god, I didn't see it. I'll check through the penalties. Yoshikura, he got 1. Who was the other one? Oh, there it was. It was Luke Smith in the Ferrari who got the penalty. Oh, TJ's just grabbed a penalty. Well, I guess it spices it back up again, to be honest. They're even on penalties. Half a second's the gap. You get a lot of time from that corner cut, no, I'll tell you that. And he might just put himself. What the run? No, he keeps it in standard. This is the difference in intelligence between McGinn and McLean. Putting it in a rich on the straights, saving it in lean throughout other parts of the track. Now this is a fantastic battle. No other battles out on track. Howja Craze closed up on Jack Lee. McLean keeps sliding through there. Jack Lee just got a penalty. In a fantastic race from Luke Smith. He's going to start his penultimate lap in about 15 seconds time. But McLean needs to save a bit of fuel, otherwise he will run out. He's gone to about minus 0.2. It's a big power slide there from McGinn. McGinn, I've seen him, I think that's the second time I've seen him move more than once on a straight. That even though the little tiny movements, there could be something put under investigation by McLean if he wants it to be reviewed. McGinn again back up into rich. McLean staying in standard. That's that driver's intelligence difference between the two. Sorry, but I was just taking a drink of water. That was a late move there from McLean on McGinn there. None of them picked up damage in the process, but that may be something put under review as well. Of course, it's up to the drivers whether they want anything to be reviewed or not. I know these guys do have a strong friendship. Oh, the gap's off. There we are. Sorry about that. Positions gained from TJ McLean. I mean, there's the top 4 all are worthy of being driver of the days. Luke Smith for his dominating performance, and McLean, Fran and the Force India all for their amazing comebacks. Luke Smith started the final lap. Could put in a broadcast. Who's that who's just gotten a penalty? That is Gabriel Ryan. Oh, what is McGinn going to do? It's been a full wet race. I was not expecting it at the start. I was expecting an Inters run from some people doing undercuts, but it's really thrown me off. Some people's strategy, some people went long, short, in the middle. For such a basic one-stop, it's been quite a thrilling race, especially with Goncalves' battle with Marshall and Glover, and now this battle between the two, and that's McGinn around the outside of McLean. He's pushed him off. A bit of damage, I think. No, that was just a bit of gravel. And here he is around the final corner. And Luke Smith wins the Italian Grand Prix, an absolute masterclass of a drive from the Ferrari driver. McGinn looks like he'll get P2. McLean, he saved a bit of fuel in the end, he'll get P3 unless there's something absolutely amazing. That happens at the end. Jack Lee 9th, actually getting lapped as well as Jorge Correa. Brandon Glover 8th, actually 7th now, Gamer Freak. Oh, what's happened? He spun, I can't believe it. He spun at the end, 4/10 the gap between these two, fantastic. Forcing you up 14 positions. That there is a miraculous drive. Cameron Weston takes P4 on the end because of the penalty. So Cameron Weston will be happy with that. Gabriel Ryan, I think he'll take P7 on penalties. Brandon Glover comes across the line, P7, smashing it in the wall, gets P6 in the end. Gamer Freak, oh, he's messing around now. But he'll have P8, that's René van der Staps, sorry about that.